Is this thing on or how's it going? Well, hello, and how's it going? Well, how's it going?
Hello, and how's it going? Hello, how's it going?
Well, how's it going? Well, how's it going?
Well, no, sorry. Well, how's it going?
Well, how's it going? I'm here with you. I looked at you and I started
I was
laughing.
going to say good.
Well, how's it going? I'm here with Kristian and Madison, and we're back.
We are back.
The back, baby. My phone vibrated.
Try not to laugh.
Well, how's it going? My name's Ben Spiteri. I'm here with Kristian Karamanich and the freshly arrived in Australia, Madison Pips.
She
And
was
my
like,
Seski.
Madison who?
Sorry,
Pips,
Myseski.
Pips, Myseski. Pips, Myseski.
Pipseski. Sounds like a cocktail.
Pipseski.
Oh, I'll let you continue on with that.
Pipseski.
Christian.
Pipski.
So I can get home
Benjamin.
at a reasonable time. Why are we here today?
Because we had the idea to do a podcast a few months ago and
And we're still here
we hadn't been cancelled yet.
Fair.
due
Not
to
not
so
not
much
in
editing.
particular what I meant.
Well, you're gonna have to be more specific.
Yeah, true.
Benjamin.
You've got me there. You've got
He
me.
wants to roast boomers.
Whoa. How's that?
Your words, not mine.
The roast of Kristian.
How's that for an intro?
The death of the Australian dream
Chat,
is
clip
why
that.
we're here
Chat
today.
Chat clip that. Whip
Yeah.
us a title out, Kristian.
No, this was an idea I had for an episode, more so looking at intergenerational gap in housing affordability. So effectively weighing up the
Your mum
housing.
and dad had it easy, kids.
Yes, and your grandparents had it even easier. Well, again, this is where obviously it becomes a very controversial
I'm scared
issue.
to talk.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
She froze up.
Bit of controversy
Just
gets
clammed
us more
up.
views. It's all right.
Yeah, true.
No,
Fuck
I'm
the
kidding.
boomers.
Controversy. Like we're talking about an assassination. We're talking about
For the record,
this.
this podcast episode is the whole reason Kristian wanted to start the podcast.
Who's this? Who's talking?
It's not.
Dom reveal
Who
next
is that?
week.
We want to
we've-
do a Dom reveal.
We've shown our dummy.
Our Dommy's out again.
He's getting shown next week.
I think he's slowly warming up. To
Yeah,
being on
he's
the
warming up
podcast.
to it. He
Yeah, I
is.
think he's liking it.
Oh,
Oh.
Slip that. He's playing with his dials. I know you can't see that at home.
Anyway, point of this is it's not to boomer bash. It's
Oh,
not.
You thought of that one before.
It's not. My intention here is not to boomer bash. My
Christian's
intention,
BB.
my intention here is to dispel this myth that the older generation has that
Oh.
us younger people are not working hard enough and that's why we can't afford houses.
Treading
Too
a
many
fine
coffees.
because
line.
it's-
Too many matches,
Because
mate.
to be quite frank, it's fucking bullshit.
Matches.
Matches. Too many matches.
Oh, clip that. Chat. Clip
What did you
that.
say? What happened? I missed it.
He said. He
I said it's
swore.
not true. I said it's fucking bullshit.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
This whole thing that because I have avocado toast and a flat white in the morning, I can't
How
afford to buy it.
avocado is so expensive. I couldn't even say it.
I don't even like avocado. I think they're most overrated.
I rate avocado.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
only
go
like Athletic Culture Cafe avocado toast. It's
Plug.
the best one I've ever had.
Plug.
The loaded avo toast, but you got to remove the pepitas. They get stuck in my teeth.
The what?
The
what?
pepitas, the little green seeds.
Oh,
I'll spend $11.50 on that loaded
Why is
toast
that
any
called a
day.
pepita?
I don't
You've
know.
lost me.
I didn't name it.
Plug Athletic. Well
Plug
done.
Athletic, best avo toast in Corrimal.
No,
Shout out.
I'm a big Avo fan actually. Like,
If you want, we'll come do a mukbang there.
Mukbang. Mukbang. I've
What did they call it before? Macbong.
mukbang.
He's done every collaboration of the word that's possible. So
Anyway, sponsor us. We'll
Back to
come-
avocado. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
depends.
That's not-
Guacamole.
that is
Guac
not-
Guacamole.
The shit. Guac is
That's
so
all
good.
I'll
I'll
say.
spend $1.50 on an avocado for some guac.
I'll pay $5 to add guac to like a burrito or something.
same.
Like they
Guzman?
just ream you.
Yeah.
They know it
This-
costs
this
them
co-
all
this
about
com-
50
Maybe I
cents.
do like avocado.
This
Wow.
conversation is giving the boomers ammunition, guys.
I love avocado.
Yeah.
All right, you've
Um,
convinced me.
Anyway, point of this is to basically show that as much as I'm sure in their generation, their day and age, they probably did have it easier or harder, I should say, in some ways. In terms of housing and housing affordability and actually being able to buy a house, they certainly fucking did
Yeah.
have it easier than
They
us.
did have to go to war though.
He's unhinged. Put the explicit
not
on
the,
this.
not the boomers as much.
No, our
not-
grandparents. Like I would take. I don't want to go to war.
Well, no. Ideally, no one wants to go to war.
I know. So they
generally
did have it
speaking.
harder in some ways.
But I'm talking more about the 60s and 70s.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Not like World War II
No,
generation
no.
era, just for the record.
Okay.
Anywho, I went through and I did a bit of a stat deep dive because statistics.
You're a
Stat
nerd.
deep
Statistics excite
dive.
me.
You're a
apparently.
nerd. Nerd alert.
Not a lot that
I
excites me.
think I've done that in every episode we've had is nerd alert.
She does it. She does do it every episode. You know what? It's crazy. Is it weird that I've missed it?
Oh,
Nice.
that
It's
was
nice.
I
lovely.
thought you were saying you missed it, like you didn't realize I say it, but
Okay, I'll
No,
try.
you
I'll say it
missed
again
you.
for you, nerd alert.
I was trying to be nice, and then anyway.
Aw.
Point is, I went through, did some stats. Basically, what I did, so I used a couple of key metrics. Obviously, the main thing I wanted to do was assess earnings, so income versus house prices,
Yep.
effectively. The data and the stats, it's kind of difficult because ideally, obviously, what you want to use is the Australian Bureau of Statistics currently does publish pretty regular data about median income and salaries and things like that. They only recently started using median salary. I've always preferred median over average, but it's only in the last like 5-6 years they've actually started using median. Before that, it was average. So I've used average weekly earnings so that it's the most consistent possible across time periods.
We're all about consistency here and how's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, median is like I said, median generally is a better indicator, but average has been used since 1967. I think the ABS has data for average
Well,
weekly
we'll run with
earnings. Median dwelling prices was actually sourced from quite a few different data sets. So the Australian Bureau of Statistics only started keeping track of that particular metrics and median dwelling prices from the 90s onwards. Prior to
Okay.
that, they don't have data. So what I've done, I ended up using, there was another study that
Sure,
was
some of the boys here
conducted.
have the data through their green books. So old.
I don't even, what you're saying is, some of the guys that work here.
Yeah, I'm saying some of our old boys are so old that I'm sure they could bring in their data.
Just go right
so
there.
old.
They're so
You're
old.
starting. We're playing with fire here.
So
I
Matt-
know,
so
I know.
I said I
know.
wasn't going to.
I don't think they're listening. I love them and they're a great source of knowledge.
Anywho, so for the earlier data sets prior to when the ABS started keeping track, there was a research paper conducted by Peter Abelson and Demi Chung. They conducted this research paper back in 2004. I think it was published for the Macquarie University Department of Economics. And it's basically a measure of housing prices in Australia from 1970 to 2003. So what I've basically got here is the above study. It collated data from multiple sources, such as the Land Titles Office, the Real Estate Institute of Australia, and the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. So it's pretty reliable data,
Yeah.
but it had to be obviously collated and properly extrapolated. And this is what this research paper did.
Extrapolated. Whoa.
I like that.
That word gave me whiplash. Holy shit. Extrapolated.
Okay, moving on very swiftly from that.
I wasn't expecting it.
The data is broken down into capital cities in both the study and in the ABS's data sets. So for the sake of this particular exercise, I've limited the data on wages to New South Wales. So the wages data is state by state. And the property price figures, I based it on Sydney, mainly because the housing data is broken down purely on the basis of capital cities. So I couldn't do a New South Wales comparison across both, if that makes sense.
Not really. No, I'm joking.
And
Sorry.
Sydney, honestly, Sydney is the worst when it comes to housing affordability. So fuck it. For the sake of proving my point,
Yeah.
we're going to use Sydney.
Let it rip.
Sydney's
Yeah.
unreal.
I also did some conversions. So from, the whatever the figures were in 1970 to what they are now. And that's just done using the RBA's inflation calculator, which is a really, really handy tool. And it's based on up to 2024 because we haven't finished 2025 yet. So the inflation data goes up to 2024.
Surprised they let us know that information. I wouldn't be surprised if they just they
Yeah.
don't need to know.
Keep that hush.
Yeah, keep it
and then I
hush.
also went in and added my own little metric there. So when I took basically the annual gross salary from the average weekly earnings data, compared it to median house prices in the form of a ratio. So basically just the median house price to annual gross salary as a ratio.
Yep.
So starting off in 1970. So
Back in my day.
55 years ago.
Back in my day.
Back in your day, in June 1970, the average weekly earnings in New South Wales was $80.40. So the annual gross salary pre-tax was $4,180.80.
That's rough.
Well, adjusted for inflation, it's the equivalent today of $59,311. In 1970,
Below average.
in the same year, the median house price in Sydney, I should also mention this is all house price, not dwellings. It doesn't take into account apartments, just houses.
Okay.
'Cause
Yep.
That is ultimately the focus of the Australian dream, right? It's the big
It
front
is.
yard
To
with
own
the
a
white picket
detached
white
house
picket
with a
fence.
yard.
Yeah. In 1970, the median house price in Sydney was $18,700. I'll let that sink in for a sec. Adjusted for inflation, this is the crazy one, the kicker. Adjusting for inflation, that is $265,000. So in
Wow.
2024 dollars, the median house in Sydney would have cost you
handbags cost more.
$265,000. Just want to let that sink in. So
I'm not taking the bait there.
price to earnings. So if you take the average annual salary of $4,180, take it as a ratio to the median house price. The median house, I should say, was 4.47 times the average yearly income. 4.47. So for 4.5 years, you make enough money to cover your house. And that's just for the average income earner.
Pay your full house off in 4.5 years.
Yeah. Probably not because that's gross before tax.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you get the
You get
gist.
it. Yeah.
You'd go close.
You get the gist.
Yeah. And
That's hot.
And your schooner cost you all of about
4 cents.
42, less.
God, I don't know.
That really would have been a good metric.
The
I mean,
schooner.
Someone get the schooner price up.
Schooner price in 1970. I'm going to guess it was 10 cents.
We got Dom on it. Dom's Googling it.
I reckon it was
Dom will let us know when he finds
14
it.
cents.
14 cents?
I'm guessing 14
I'm going to
cents.
move
I'm
on,
gonna
Dom.
say-
No, you need to put a guess in.
I'm
Put a
going to
guess in.
sound really silly here.
Well, if the average weekly
will we
salary
dollars
is
and
80
cents at
bucks.
this stage?
What do you mean?
Were we using the dollars and cents system?
Yeah.
So in the day, the ChatGPT.
Wait, can Christian put his guess in? Sorry.
80 bucks. Honestly, probably my guess is going to be like 27 cents.
Oh.
That's an expensive beer.
He's on the money. It's approximately 20 to 25 cents.
Oh, well, I wasn't bad. I was 14, so you were 20. Yeah.
I'm closest, I win.
Ben, 10 cents, get out of here, cheapskate.
I'd run a good pub.
At a loss.
10 cents a schooner, you wouldn't be making
Like
any
you
money.
would today. Just shouting beers to all your friends.
All right. Next, so what I've done with the time gaps, by the way, that was 1970. We then jumped to 1990 and then 2010 and then 2025. So I've got a few different time periods just for comparison throughout. So 1990, August to November is the time period that I use for this one. And this is from here, they started breaking down the data to average weekly earnings for men versus women, for all full-time workers versus all workers. So what I did, I used the average weekly earnings for all full-time workers.
Okay.
So that excludes part-time, casual, everything like
Okay.
that. Just full-time workers. The average weekly earnings before tax was $608.90 in New South Wales, which was an annual income of $31,662.80.
That's getting there.
Adjusted for inflation, it's the equivalent today of $76,428. So between 1970 and 1990, in terms of real dollar value, which is adjusted for inflation, wages, there was actual real wage growth. In
So they
economics,
went up
when they use the term
about
real, it means,
$17,000 per annum.
yeah, in real terms.
And also, I just want to correct as well. I'm not as silly as I thought I was. We actually only changed from shillings and pounds in 1996. Sorry, 1966.
Yeah, correct. It was in
So I
the
was 4
60s.
years behind.
That's why the data starts in 1967.
I wasn't far off.
Data
4
set.
years is
I
a
was
long
worried I was
time,
going to
though.
sound like an idiot.
No. I
Be
just thought,
worried.
when you said dollars and cents, I thought you meant like, I don't know what I thought you meant actually. Anyway, adjusted for inflation, 76,000. I said in 1990, the median house price in Sydney was 194,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, adjusted for inflation, that's $468,000, 284.
That's a decent unit in town.
That's a house in Sydney was that amount in 2024 dollars.
Disgusting.
You buy a 1-bedroom unit in Wollongong CBD for that.
No, not even.
Probably not even.
Yeah, you get a 1-bedroom.
Nah, you could get some.
Call me
Now, do you know the
if you're
price
looking
of
for
the
one.
unit?
Oh yeah,
1990?
Yeah.
Yes.
Guess. Wait.
we gotta guess. Gotta guess.
So the average wage went up $17,000. And it was 20 to 25 cents
no,
for
it went up
four.
$27,000. It was 4,000
Oh my goodness, you are
in
silly.
1970.
Oh, my apologies. Sorry. Oh, so it's only 10 times. I'm going to say $2.20.
I was gonna say $2.50.
I was gonna say $1.80.
So Ben has won. $2.15.
Oh,
Nice.
can guess the schooner price.
There you go. So next time I shouldn't use price to earnings as my metric. I should use the schooner ratio.
Yeah,
the Big Mac rule.
I know. I was going to put that in there. And I thought
We're doing the schooner rule.
It's based on US. It's based on US. Though.
Fair.
So
Well, it's more country to country. That
the
basis, isn't it?
Big
It's
the
not.
Big Mac.
Yeah.
What do they call it? The Big Mac ratio. That's the name for it.
They don't even do a Big Mac
But
in
they-
some countries, I've learned.
They've actually
Don't they?
Yeah, they do a
That's
McSalami in Italy.
Oh, very
I
off topic.
definitely
I had a
had my fair
panini
share
at an
of-
You
Italian.
had some McSalamis?
Macca's.
No, I had my fair share of Big Macs in Italy.
Dom got some
You can definitely
salami
get
in
a Big
Italy.
Mac.
No, not everywhere. I'm sorry. They aren't everywhere.
How's cultural is Dom, an Italian, going to Italy eating a Big Mac?
Food's expensive.
Big
Sometimes
Mac.
you got to cut a Big Mac.
Sometimes you just want a burger.
Sometimes you just want something that feels like home.
you think in Italy it's called something different, like Il Grande or
Well,
something?
no,
like that?
there's the McSalami. I'm telling you, I wasn't lying.
What's that movie?
That narrows it down. Thank you.
No, sorry.
Yeah, that movie, I know that one.
Was it the graham with cheese? I'm going to sound like an idiot.
That's right.
Take it out. Take it out.
Anyway,
You're thinking of the Big Mac Index.
oh, that's what it's called, the Big Mac Index. It basically
Who is this
basically
man speaking?
I know. They don't even. Do you know what? I think we should just keep the suspense so real on
Yeah.
Dom
This
and
is so much
like.
better like this though.
For all our
Let it-
international viewers.
You know how many podcasts I listen to and they always have the producers always talking and chipping in with stats?
Yeah.
and things. This is
I
what we
like
need
it.
out of
This feels.
I like
proper.
having our Dommy speak.
I'm the Timu version of Jamie from the Joe Rogan Experience.
Timu version.
Timu.
You're going to light up a few joints for us.
I'll leave that for Nick.
Well,
Anyway, back to 1990 house prices. The price to earnings ratio that year, so same metric. So remember, in 1970, the price to earnings ratio was 4.47. In 1990, it was 6.13.
slight increase, but
Didn't even go up by 2.
but nothing. Yeah,
Just a little bit of a smidge.
nothing you wouldn't
Nothing
expect.
crazy.
You know.
Moving on to 2010, you have the price of a schooner ready.
So this is where it's about to go down.
August to November 2010, the average weekly earnings, again, just for all full-time workers, it jumped to $1,329.60 for the state of New South Wales. That translates to an annual income of $69,139.20. When adjusted for inflation, it goes to, so in 2024 dollars, it's $99,769.
So we're just touching 100K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that jumped from, in real terms, that jumped $23,000 over that 20-year period. Actual real income growth. So it's not bad in terms of wages growth.
No.
In June of 2010, the median house price in Sydney was $610,000. Adjusted for inflation, it's $880.
What year was the GFC again?
2007-8.
So
Which is
just
post
after.
GFC.
Yeah.
This is
Interesting.
post GFC.
Yep.
The crazy part of this to me is this is only 15 years ago. This is 2010 now.
Oh,
It's not
Like
that
we're
long ago.
well and
we
truly
dropped the
alive
ball.
by this
Like,
point,
it
guys.
literally just went off.
It was
We're
now.
existing.
Yeah, we're just here. We're here
just
for a
here.
good time. We're not here for a long time.
We've just landed and we're just here. I don't think a long time.
It's honestly crazy. It was only 15 years ago, and the median house in Sydney was still only worth $880,000. If I could buy a house in Sydney, median price,
Have two of them.
that's what your brain went.
Yeah. I'm going to do for the price of one now.
The
Still
price,
doing all right.
the price to earnings ratio in 2010, 8.82. So it went up by about.
Like
It was a larger
just
jump.
another
So
little.
in 40 years, it pretty much doubled.
The crazy part is what happens next. But before we move on, price of a schooner 2010, go.
I was drinking by then, I know.
You were 12.
He was drinking.
13, thank you. I'm tall
Dad
for my
wouldn't have
age,
his
all
first
right? They didn't question me when I went to the pub. I'm going to say $4.50. Oh, I think I'm wrong.
I was
I'm
going
going
to
to say.
for me, $5.
Oh, really? I was going to say like $6.
So I've actually struggled to get an accurate number here, but the
Ask my
closest
dad.
I can get is saying between $6 and $7.
Yeah.
Way.
Nah.
That's what it is now.
It makes sense.
No, it's not.
It's like $11.
You can get a schooner for $7 at most.
Yeah, but I
regional
would say
brokers.
the average price of a schooner now is like
in
$9.50.
2021,
Depends where you are. If you're in the
the
middle of it.
average in Australia, there's an accurate number for that. In 2021, the average is $8.07.
Yeah. And it's only gone up in 5 years.
You'd also, I mean, I guess living in Wollongong, we're a bit more, it's not as bad as
Yeah.
like Sydney, for
Oh,
example.
go and have a schooner at the Sydney Harbour. All
If
about
you-
$16.
Opera bar, you get a cocktail.
Oh.
and
Opera bar.
You have to get a second mortgage to get
Did
a
you hear
cocktail.
that? Opera
You
bar.
might as well be an opera singer because you're going to be screaming when you hear that price.
Oh,
That was good.
that was really
Nailed
good.
that.
That was really good.
I think Maddie was bullying me for being ethnic just then.
No, I've
Dom
never
did a
heard
sound.
opera
Dom did a
bar.
thing.
Hey.
What are you doing?
He
The
did a
sound effects.
soundboard.
Oh,
Which one did he do?
yeah, that's what I'm curious.
We'll have to
We'll
wait
find
and
out. We'll
see.
find out.
I guess I'll find out in the recording.
Opera
Cool.
bar.
Anyway, that was 2010. That now takes us to 2025.
Here we are.
So obviously not a 20-year time jump like the other ones, 15 years.
Yeah.
As of May 2025, I remember when I read this, it was a big. I remember hearing it on the news when it happened, but the average weekly earnings for a worker exceeded $2,000 for the first time. So in New South Wales, the average weekly earnings for all full-time workers was $2,111 per week. annual income of $109,772. So again, it's still increased in real terms compared to 2010 by about 10 grand.
Interesting.
As of the 31st of August 2025, the most recent data I could find, this was also crippling because we hit a new record high for median house prices in
Well,
Sydney.
it's only going to go up, isn't it? It's never going to go down.
As of August, as of last month, the median house price in Sydney officially went past $1.5 million. It's now $1.521 million, the median house price in Sydney. The price to earnings ratio in 2025, 13.86.
It's beautiful. And Ben, what does a schooner cost today?
On average, I'm going to say $10.
Tom just told us, didn't he?
No, he said 2021.
I wasn't even looking it up because I just trust Ben's opinion on it.
Yeah, Ben buys a schooner at least daily.
The average wouldn't be $10.
Yeah, I think it
would be.
is.
I think it's probably more.
I was going to say 11.
I think an average schooner in Wollongong is like $9.50.
Yeah. Dicey
I
Riley's
reckon
maybe a
I'm
bit
going
less.
unders at 10.
I still think
I
the
still
national
reckon
average
it's
would be
11.
under
Because the
10.
alcohol tax went up too, or they put a hold on it.
They're saying between $10 and $12.
Yeah, see, I was
right.
smack bang on the 11 bucks.
Crazy, man.
My husband sends me up to the bar quickly.
What a man.
Can you go order for me, please, honey?
Legit.
So the average earnings went from
So in 1970,
$4,180 annually to $109,000.
Yep.
So we're nearly earning
well, the best comparison is in real
25x.
terms. So adjusted for inflation is your better metric.
Yeah.
So adjusted for inflation, it was
Double.
It was the annual equivalent of 59,000.
So pretty much double.
So 59 to 109.
Yeah.
So you got a 50 grand increase, almost double.
And the house price is
House,
five.
it went from 18,000 to 265.
times more.
265 is what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the problem.
So we're fucked.
this is
I
where-
was going to say that.
This is why I get the fucking shits when I get people telling me, especially some of the older people, the boomers, realistically,
Yeah.
not even the boomers, even the Gen Xers, like our parents' generation.
I feel like we're throwing them all in the bucket. I feel like it's only a certain group of people. that do it.
Karens.
No, of course, it's not.
What? You guys say what you guys say.
No,
and
you
I
say
can't
whatever you
say
want
the
to say.
word
No, we're happy
Karen.
for you to say whatever you say.
Hey,
It's your career.
You go for your life.
Do some unreleased footage of him, please.
No, I feel like it's only a certain group. I think a lot of
Of course
people
it's not all
now
of them.
are
I
understanding.
understand.
I feel like it was a lot more of a hot conversation 3 or 4 years ago. But I think even some
They're
of those
waking up.
non-believers are waking up. But I do get what you're
Non-believers.
saying. It is very
It's just-
frustrating to turn on the news or speak to someone in a certain age bracket and they go, well, you're just not working hard enough.
As some-
I had 2 jobs.
This is what pisses me off. I deal with young people our age all the time who I see their financials. That's my job, is to delve into the financials.
Yeah.
And they're working 2 jobs.
They're working
And
2
It's
jobs.
hard out here.
And guess what? They struggle to afford a 1-bedroom fucking apartment in Wollongong.
Do these
Yeah.
same people
It shouldn't be the
have
case.
sports bet accounts and make
Yeah. well,
various withdrawal at ATMs
yeah.
at
Even
odd
the
times
ones
of
who
the
even the
evening?
ones who don't.
it sounds like my husband.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Shit, you know.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Anyway, my point is when that price to earnings ratio, that is the most fair kind of metric you can use across time periods, right? Because it's purely the average, it's the annual income versus the median house price in each time period. That has gone from 4.47 in 1970 to 13.86 in 2025.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And so for anybody of those older generations to look me in the eye and say, you just don't work hard enough, you guys don't know what
Say
real
their
hard
name,
work
Christian.
is.
Who was it?
Oh, mate, let me get my list out. I've heard it more times.
He's
than
written
I
them
count.
in his phone notes every time.
It fucking burns me.
Yeah,
And this
fair.
is why. These numbers are why.
You have
Yeah.
you have the right.
They
Yeah.
didn't have competition back in those days, I feel. That's a very broad statement, but I just feel
What
like
do you
the
mean by that?
lifestyles
Oh,
were
yes.
completely different. And I just now, from a very general perspective, if you apply for a very sought after job, let's say in Sydney, you're in the city, it's $200,000 a year job, very sought after, need a degree, whatever, 100 odd applicants.
100%.
Back then,
Probably.
Recruiters,
Well,
2.
You know what the difference was? The reason for that is, and again, my numbers are only on housing affordability.
Yeah.
It doesn't take into account cost of living either and all that kind of thing. Back then, you could be earning minimum wage. I've looked at these. I didn't prep these numbers for this episode, obviously, because it's a
Mhm.
property podcast,
Yeah.
not a cost of living podcast. But generally speaking, you could raise a family, buy a house, pay a mortgage, and raise a family on minimum wage back then.
and
Generally on
one
one
wage, one
Yeah,
wage.
on
Yeah.
a single
Yeah,
minimum
No,
wage.
we're not
minimum
even doing
wage.
it on 2.
Now, on
Now,
a minimum
there's no
wage,
freaking
you're lucky
chance.
to find a rental.
Yeah.
100%. And I think that's why these are higher, the massive, crazy, sought after jobs. they probably weren't as sought after back then because they didn't need to be.
Yeah, true. It's very true.
And I think that's what it
I
boils down
would
to.
agree with the statement that I feel like we probably have different interests and
that's
want
what-
to
That's
spend
what
our
Maddie's
money.
got.
Well,
sorry.
this is
Yeah.
what we've
So
got.
Sorry.
No, this is what we've
Not
got.
to tail off on your end, but
No.
I talked a lot longer than I probably should have. But
No,
just
that's
because
all right.
you were into it.
No,
about this
you've
topic.
been brewing for a while.
As much as I don't want to dissuade the boomers from listening to our podcast. Again, I understand it's not everybody, but
No.
it's just those comments just really piss me off.
And if there is a boomer out there that wants to challenge us and come on the app,
Bring it.
jump on.
I like
Bring it.
that.
Bring it
I
on.
like that.
Christian's ready.
Bring it.
All right, so we've just come back from a short break. Bathroom break for Benny.
Jesus. Okay.
So tapping
Sorry.
in.
Mads has got some stuff to
So
talk through too.
Christian titled this episode as "Death of the Australian Dream." As I've gone in, the Australian Dream then versus now.
I'm a little bit more pessimistic in my outlook.
That's okay. When I read the old school dream, which is 50s to 90s, it kind of just gives me a puberty blues episode. That's what I feel like I'm reading.
Oh, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
Honestly, reading
Yeah.
just this little summary
What they
I've
used to
got.
call each other, mole.
Moles.
Yeah, it was moles,
Yeah,
wasn't
you
it?
are a
Yeah.
mole.
Dom, help me out. Am I the only one who hasn't watched Puberty Blues?
You haven't hit puberty, champ.
Oh, see, I can't. Oh, I don't know where I was going with that. I was going to add something. But I'm
Okay.
not going to be mean.
I think we were watching more ethnic shows.
Opera House.
Yeah, we were watching the
Super.
The days of our lives.
I was watching Superwalk.
I was watching Ray on the dodgy box straight from Italy.
yeah.
The dodgy box.
I did used to have to watch Bold and the Beautiful though when it was on because my
Yeah.
family wanted to watch it.
Oh, the good old Bold and the
I think my mum was, what's that? McLeod's Daughters and
Yeah.
Home and Away. My mum was more Neighbours.
My parents still watch Home and Away.
Oh, still.
Alf's still going around.
And what's the redhead lady?
She's gone. They
She's-
got rid of her
Oh,
recently.
Irene.
Irene.
Irene. She did the little cop the shop at Summers
Yeah,
Bay.
yeah.
She ran the little
You know,
thing.
the best thing? Sorry, we keep excited. My grandmother religiously watches The Bold and the Beautiful. At one point, I think she used to watch Neighbours religiously
Oh.
too. My grandmother, who barely speaks English,
So she
watches it religiously and she follows.
She knows
it
what's going on.
religiously. It's incredible.
That's impressive.
It's like one of those.
She learned
memes,
English off Neighbours.
0% language, 100% understanding.
Correct of what's going on. In
I
Bold and
love
the Beautiful.
those.
That
That's
is so
exactly what it
cute.
is. Anyway,
So-
take us away, Mads.
No, that's okay. So Benny and I, this is kind of what we sat down with today in a very thorough meeting and come up with some then versus now analogies.
Mm-hmm.
So the main goal back in the old school times, should I
Old
call it
school.
old school?
Let's
Then,
just
let's say
go
then.
then. Yeah.
Back then, to own a detached house with a yard, versus now to achieve financial independence, flexibility, and life satisfaction is a huge one down this list. I do hear people say that we're a softer generation, but definitely a
I would
recurring,
agree with that.
recurring theme through here is is you'll notice a bit cushier values and
Yeah. I think there's a lot more.
We're a product of how
Yeah,
we were raised.
raised. Yeah,
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
we definitely. But like, we all probably needed to be smacked.
yeah.
I got smacked when I was a kid.
The wooden spoon was good for me.
I got the belt.
I got the belt,
times.
100%. Belt hung over the door.
Now, like,
dad's
now
gonna
you get in trouble
deny
for
this if he's
saying the
listening.
wrong thing. Like,
If you give him a
We're-
look,
we're a
you've
lot- we are
got docs
definitely
on
a
your
lot
doorstep. Oh, am I allowed to say that?
yeah, you can say
Okay.
it.
So
They might come to
the
your doorstep, but yeah.
home ownership, essential milestone of adulthood, as now it's still desirable, but seen as increasingly difficult or flexible, which does back up in what we've been saying over the last few episodes.
One stat that would have been interesting: the average age of home ownership throughout those
Oh,
time periods.
Dom, can we get that
Because
up?
I feel like that's obviously gone up. But
Yep.
would I be wrong in saying I think it's like mid-30s now?
I don't know.
No, I
for
reckon-
first-time
I don't know.
purchasers?
Well, I mean, I think it's the same as like first time mums. I think that it's also gone, like the age is pushing up.
I
Everything
completely
is
agree.
just pushing
Family
up.
values, everything's completely
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that though.
But I would have.
Dom's going to chime in,
here we go.
guys. Dom reveal.
So at the moment, it's currently the average age of the first home buyer is 36 years old.
I was
Whoa.
close. I was so close.
That's pretty incredible, man.
Whoa, that's. I think
Yeah.
it's the same.
And I'm going to guess in the 70s it was 22.
Yeah, I reckon even 21.
1970, 25.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't far off.
It's gone up in more than a
Do
decade.
you know what, guys? Good job.
I am.
Good on us.
What?
We
Good on-
all,
we
we've-
own property.
yeah.
And we're
In our
we're
20s.
below 35.
Yeah, good on us. So the typical home back then was a quarter-acre suburban block with a freestanding house. As for now, it is an apartment, townhouse, or shared ownership, often in suburban areas. which is, again,
Yeah, I think all this is mainly the biggest point here is that I think it's also a mentality shift too. I
Yeah.
think our generation also prioritizes different things to what those
100%.
other generations did.
And as you go
Definitely.
down this list, even down to family structure, nuclear family, marriage, children by 30, and now it's delayed or non-traditional families, less pressure into marrying young.
Yeah.
And women are having babies a lot later. I think my sister said the gestational age first-time mums at her hospital got pushed up to 34 years of age.
Wow.
You're right.
I will confirm, not that it's property related, but I mean, it does all fit
No,
in
it
with
gives
the
you an
patterns
idea
of
the family structure and everything.
yeah, and people typically don't want to have a baby until they've, settled into that house or bought a property, as it gets a lot harder as you.
I think it's more about financial security too.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to want to bring a kid into the world if you're not financially stable.
Or
enough to
also,
do
it adds a massive factor of having a dependent on getting a loan or
Yep.
your loan.
Well, it's not even that. Even if you organize yourself properly and you buy the house beforehand,
Yep.
it's more the fact that you're down an income stream during that
Correct.
period.
Yep.
Households these days can't survive on a single income stream anymore.
No.
Yeah,
It's just not. It's not realistic. Not unless you're in the top 1% of income earners. You know what I mean?
100%.
So it's more a
Exactly
case of you need to wait because you have to save, have a nest egg ready to
Mhm.
go for when generally speaking,
And not being renting, and the landlord can tell you,
Get out.
get out.
you're down an income stream for that
Yeah.
period.
Work one stable full-time job for life. Most people stayed in that one
did.
job,
Yeah.
and now it's multiple jobs, side hustles, remote or flexible work.
Got to
How
climb
many
the corporate
people? Yeah.
ladder.
How many
Climb the
people in
corporate
their
ladder, Sonny.
50 or 60s? Yeah, I've been here for 30 or
Yeah, I
30 odd
mean,
years. It's just the way they did it. They
yeah.
didn't change it.
Yeah.
The grass was never
It
greener.
was because they
And they're
because they
so
didn't need
loyal.
to.
The
That was thing.
loyalty.
They could survive off that single income.
Now the
and
corporate world is change every 12
Yeah.
months.
You have to.
Change companies, new you that's the way you go up
You
in
have to.
pay.
Yeah.
They've done
You don't
studies that
stay.
show you're going to get a higher return on your
Yeah.
income.
Which is sad.
if you're
I think
switching jobs.
that aspect of it is sad. I think the fact that people who are loyal aren't rewarded for
No,
that fact. Loyalty
yeah.
is just not a thing anymore.
It's not a thing. These people, these young guys that are walking into these, I'll use Blue Scope as an example because I've seen it quite a fair bit.
Right on.
The
Uh-oh.
oldies
Blue
aren't
Scope.
getting the same benefits as these young guns walking in, that not even young guns, these young people walking in and getting all of these benefits. And they go after 2-3 years when another company in Sydney puts out a new job. It's just, and these guys have stuck around for 50 years and given their lives to these companies, and they're just not given the same opportunities, or is that the right word?
No, I think you're
Opportunities?
right. I
No.
think it's just like an old
Benefits.
mentality. Like
Yeah,
it's just
the market.
They're just grateful to have a job, and
The labour
Exactly
market has
right.
shifted now. Then unfortunately, it's the supply and demand.
Well, you think
thing
about
at
it, the
the end of day.
demographic down here, it was a lot of ethnics that were fresh in the country that came down here to work labor-intensive jobs.
My
and it
grandfather
was much
They were
better
proud and happy to have that job. They didn't
and better
move.
what they were coming from.
Yeah, they didn't move.
My
They weren't
grandfather
going
worked
anywhere.
at the Steelworks his entire working life.
Yeah,
He'd never
and I
had
respect
another
that.
job other than Steelworks.
A lot of them came to the country and they saw it as an opportunity that they got given a job.
Yeah.
I'll stay there for life.
Well, that touches base on the next one. Single income households were very common.
Yeah.
And now dual incomes often required, plus gig work or freelancing on the side.
Plus lawn mowing.
Plus Jim's mowing on the weekend.
Shout out Ben's mowing.
Educational path, high school or trade. Fewer went to university, and now higher education is the norm, but often accompanied by student debt.
Now we've gone the complete opposite. Now we have a lack of trades.
Now we need tradies. Taking us 2 years to build something.
Mm.
Yeah. Car ownership, 1 or 2 cars per family was a status symbol. Now it's less important. A lot of people living in areas where public transport, walking.
See, I'd
work from
argue
home.
that would more be city based. I
Sydney,
feel like
yeah.
here it's
You
you get
need
a
a
car when
car.
you're 18.
100%.
You get a Mercedes when you're 17.
No, it was BMW.
I was baiting.
You know what this is giving? You know that clip from the David Beckham documentary where his wife's sitting there talking about we were a middle class family.
I know exactly
we
what
worked
you're
hard.
talking
Worked really hard.
What car did you get taken to school in?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter.
Can I add
What
it was
car
a
was
fucking lemon.
It was a
It was
Rolls
a
It was a
Rolls Royce.
lemon. My little BMW, what did I call her? Boston the BMW. Don't ask why. I
What was
don't
your
know.
first car, Ben?
My first car was a hand-me-down 1997 Toyota Camry wagon.
Bang.
From my grandfather.
Oh, that's nice. Keep it in the fam.
Yep. And then it blew up like 12 months later.
My BMW blew up very close to it. I think my dad bought it drunk in the spa on Gumtree.
That's a Troy move.
Very Troy move. It literally, the ignition wouldn't, so off topic, but the car wouldn't brake. So I'd have to yell at people crossing the road, I can't stop the car, just run.
I can't tell if she's joking or
No,
not.
I swear to God. Swear to God.
So
It was
funny.
so bad.
It was still a Beamer.
But then
though.
I just drove the Range Rover, so that's fine.
Kristian, what was your first car?
It wasn't a Range Rover. It was a Subaru Impreza.
Nice.
Oh, that is so
You're
wrong
an
of you.
in-between.
Yeah, you're an in-between.
In between. It was
Modest.
It was secondhand.
It was a
brand new,
working
anything like
class
that.
car.
At the time I bought it was 7 years old.
Yep.
Okay, she's
Had
cute.
about 90,000.
My BMW was older.
Little white hatchback Subaru Impreza.
Mine had 240,000 on the clock.
I think mine was close to the same. I just wanted the badge.
I just wanted the badge. Oh. Get the badge in.
Yeah, on the steering wheel. Biggest purchase was the family home, and now it is home if possible, but also investing in travel and life experience.
Investing in travel. I like that
Yeah.
use of words.
Well,
It's
an
not.
investment.
Our parents would say you're just pissing it up on a trip.
Yeah.
Investing. I'm investing in
Yeah.
experiences.
Spending all your money at the bottle of I lost the train of thought.
We got him.
We got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So what would you say? So obviously we know owning a home, a steady job and raising a family was a definition of success. What would you say our generation's definition of success is?
Honestly, probably not. It's probably crude,
I
too
actually
crude
said
to
three
say.
things my husband says to me every single day is his dream. So I just think this one is just very...
I'd say it's probably something to do with their body, their car,
I think it's
and their wallet.
No.
I don't think it's just financial security at this point.
Okay, financial freedom.
That's the
number
biggest
one.
thing that we don't have.
Purpose-driven work. So people want purpose out of their jobs.
Oh, yes.
And my
I want to
husband
be
sent me a
happy.
message today. What is my purpose? We were at lunch.
Yeah.
The three of us saw
I
the
want to
message.
be happy. Mate,
On that
Joe
note-
Blow that got shipped over and has worked at the Steelworks for
He's never been
32
happy.
years and his lungs are covered in coal. He didn't care about his purpose. He was providing for his family. I respect that.
On
And
that note,
work-life balance.
I'd like to quote my Year 12 economics teacher on that note, because at one point we were learning about externalities, which is basically the production process. There can be negative consequences to it that private companies don't care about.
Yep.
And there's a section in the textbook for positive externalities saying there's negative, but there's positive ones too. So unintended consequences of private production that are beneficial to the wider community. And we're like, what could that possibly be? And we looked at the textbook and there was like one thing in there. And the teacher looked, she went, don't even read it. It's bullshit. The word was happiness. And so I got told by my Year 12 economics teacher that as far as economics is concerned, happiness is bullshit.
Doesn't exist.
It
Doesn't. They can't coincide.
No, happiness is bullshit, guys.
Lifestyle priorities.
Thanks, Miss Diaz.
Security, stability, and ownership were lifestyle priorities. And now it's flexibility, freedom, mental health, and meaningful living.
I feel like we've gone too soft to that side. I feel like that is
maybe.
milk.
Don't know if you can
No,
use that
I
word.
can say that. I feel like we milk every little thing that we can out of. We're too soft a society in that aspect. I'm not saying I'm all for people speaking up about mental health and things like that.
Benny's
I'm more just saying
Benny's not going as far as saying mental health is a myth.
No,
like that.
I completely agree with. I wasn't more picking on that. I was just saying we're so driven to we've got to have it our way. We're a society now that I want it now and I want it my way.
There's no degree of flexibility. I agree with that.
Exactly. Whereas before it was like people worked for their family and that was it. There wasn't anything else to do.
Yeah, which you could argue that's probably too far the other way. You still want to.
Yeah, exactly right. There's probably somewhere in between that.
Yeah, I think you got to have balance as with everything.
Exactly right.
Location over size is another one which I can very much agree with. Literally why.
Suburban sprawls.
Yes.
Yeah, well, Wollongong wouldn't be a thing if there wasn't a sprawl.
Yeah. Domestic holidays and caravanning. Again, that puberty blues episodes. And now it's international travel.
Kristian wouldn't know what the inside of a caravan looked like.
Whoa. Brutal.
My parents grew up in caravans.
It's not a thing.
See, this is the thing. Is this an ethnic joke or is he calling me Paul? Like, you don't know. You can take your pick here. I don't know which one.
I'm not calling you Paul. Let's say that. Ethnics don't caravan. I would find a very minority.
It's a very water skiing, wakeboarding, like get on the boat, go have a fish with a schooner. Like I just don't see the.
It's like Dazza and Shazza. They take the caravan out.
Kazza and Dazza.
Kazza and Dazza.
Kaz and Daz. Yeah. I don't know. I've never met a wog caravaniing.
Well, you know a family.
I know a lot of them.
Wait, what?
Tom's family is currently caravaniing.
Really?
The Carios.
I didn't know they were caravaniing. Wait, Dom and... Oh, I didn't know they were gone.
They're caravanners. They grew up caravan.
I didn't know that. Didn't know.
There's a lot of wogs that caravan.
Yeah.
I know a lot of wogs who caravan, okay?
Okay, maybe just not at Nowra.
I didn't caravan as a kid, but it's different.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
not a narrow.
I
Maybe
think
they're like
a lot of people. No, I'm not saying that. I was going to say avoid narrow, but yeah.
What else is on your magical list, Madison?
on my magical list. Cultural values were hard work, mateship, and self-reliance. As now it is diversity, sustainability, inclusivity, and personal growth, which I definitely can see. Common barriers, less economic inequality and affordable homes, as now cost of living, high house prices, debt, and insecure work. Why are we all so insecure? Why is our age so? Why
Do you
is
really want me and Ben to unpack our
trauma?
Yeah,
trauma.
this is going to turn.
Talk
I
to me,
want
boys.
podcast?
This is going to turn.
Where do
into
I start, Madison?
Well, I'm going to end it off with government support was public housing, baby bonuses, and cheaper land, as now it is first home buyer schemes, rent assistance, HEX help, debt
how good was a
support.
baby bonus? Remember that?
Fuck.
Not that we were.
Now I
paid
can't even
money.
buy you a TV.
You
They
get
got
paid money
money
from the
to
government.
have kids.
No, that's why
I
they
think
call
it's
it
Now they're
actually-
like, now the government's like, please actually stop. Here's free condoms.
Honestly, if anything, it should be the opposite. We have an aging population that we're not going to be able to support.
Yeah, I know.
Stop getting older.
No, it's more a case of we probably should go back to a baby bonus at this point, man.
Yeah,
That was another thing
We are
that came
getting
up more.
a much older society.
Yeah, a lot of things
Aging
came up with
population.
the average child per household is decreasing.
We're not at most Western economies now are no longer at replacement birth rate. So replacement birth rate is basically 2. Every family could have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Realistically, most Western economies across Europe, Australia, Canada, the US, Japan, all well below.
Is it China or Japan? Which one?
One,
Like
China.
over.
Japan.
Well,
no.
over.
Oh,
well
sorry.
over.
Yeah, well.
China have slowed down.
Have
They've
slowed
slowed
down.
down.
Their birth rates have stopped.
That'd be an interesting thing. How do you
Well,
how do you
interesting.
tell people to slow down?
The
Stop.
government said you are only allowed to have 1 child. If you have
That's
another
what
one,
they
we'll
said.
take it off you.
Good old capital.
Or you had to pay a higher tax.
Communism. It's China.
You had to pay a higher tax. What did you say?
I said capitalism. I meant communism.
Oh, God.
So
Ben.
It's getting late.
as of 2021,
Yeah, they lifted
there's an average of 1.8 children per family, according to the ABS.
Wow.
And
So what? You were below replacement.
yeah, but they call replacement as 2.1.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
So we're under replacement.
Yeah.
But we have a much
Which means
older society.
well, no. It's in
which is,
theory when your economy is below replacement value, it means you should have depopulation. So population should be declining. We're not, though. We're being propped up by immigration.
Which isn't going to stop anytime soon.
I think the reason why they lifted the ban on the one-child policy in China was they were all wanting boys, and then there was way too many boys for girls in the country. So
Mm.
then they couldn't repopulate. So it kind of
They also had a very big issue of an aging population. Where
Yes.
no one took care of.
and there you go.
Well, who's going to be wiping our ass when we're old?
Have 3
nursing
kids,
home.
mate. You've got Oscar. We've still.
I wouldn't wish it on
Don't
my
say we.
kids.
We're not at the same point. You're at least married, and maybe it's on.
I know, but neither of us have kids.
Oh, and on to our next segment. Broker wants a wife.
Broker Wants a Wife is back. Madison, aka Cupid, is. Sorry,
Yeah.
what I just fainted.
And just to correct that, he's not broke. He's definitely not broke,
Definitely
ladies.
broke.
He's
Ballin'.
just a broker that wants a wife.
Broke
That
and
was-
wants a wife.
that
You got to
was-
really enunciate the words.
That was not your best joke.
It was all right.
No, I liked it.
Thank you.
They talk a big game, but they've still yet to set me up with anyone or anything.
Should we
I
actually
set
go
you
on the
up.
hunt? Should we go
I
on the
set
hunt?
you up a couple of weeks ago. That's all
How'd
I'm
it
going to
go?
say.
Tell
Leave
all.
it. Leave it there.
No, let's do
No,
this
we're
one
not.
word.
We're not talking on here. That's an off podcast
Oh,
topic.
guys. All right. When the cameras, I need to go, guys. I need to find out how this day
It's
went.
8:00.
Oh, you do.
I need to go home for dinner.
Yeah. We've been talking. We're like 42 minutes in this episode.
This is a long one.
This
This is
so
a long
if
one,
you enjoyed the
sorry.
long one, drop us a comment. The viewers are down. Let us know that you've seen it. Inbox us, especially Christian
Give
if
us
you're
away for the
female.
streets.
Yep. Swing
Give
at
us
us.
the podcast. Shout us an avo
Don't hit me,
toast.
please.
Shout
Shout us an avo toast.
Send us
Athletic
guac.
culture, please.
251-253 Princess Highway. Shout us some avocado.
That's dangerous giving people our address.
It's publicly.
I didn't
listed
even
as
say what
MMJ
suburb.
I didn't say what suburb.
You just gave it away.
North. All right.
All right, we're going. Good
gonna wrap
night.
it up.
Ciao. Bye.
I think what Madison is trying to say is thank you so much for listening. And ciao.
And if you know someone that is looking for a good podcast, don't recommend
Or
us.
loves a
No,
broker?
actually, sorry, I did it wrong.
Oh,
Did
you're
it
trying to
wrong.
do my shtick.
I did. It's terrible. I will never do that again.
Or if you know someone who's interested in a broker, also drop a comment below.
See you later.
Thanks. Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.
Everything presented in this podcast is for information and entertainment purposes only, and all advice is to be considered general in nature. It does not take into account your personal circumstances and financial objectives. Please consider if this advice is right for you and look to consult a financial professional.